Hi, I'm Carol Andrews for another episode of Southwest TV News. Here are some of the stories coming up on today's show. Provincial and local dignitaries recently joined Cypress Health Region representatives for the grand opening of the new Collaborative Emergency Centre in Shaunavon. A new long-term care facility for Swift Current continues to take steps forward to becoming a reality. Akin to the Land, a history of Métis culture in southwest Saskatchewan, is the latest exhibit at the Swift Current Museum and a must-see for everyone. Thanks for joining us here today. The opening of a new collaborative health centre in Shaunavon is another first for southwest Saskatchewan. We have more in today's top story. Provincial and local dignitaries recently joined Cypress Health Region representatives for the grand opening of the new Collaborative Emergency Centre in Shaunavon. The new centre has been in operation since November the 4th, improving patient access to primary health care services 7 days a week, bringing together a number of services all under one roof.
We needed to add the space for the physicians. In the town before, there was 2 different clinics working out of 2 different separate buildings. We needed to bring them here. And that's for if you look at patient first, having our seniors going to a clinic, a physician's clinic, then having to come from blood work, they'd have to go back outside, get the car, drove over to the hospital, minus 40, always possibility of accidents happening. So having that all under one roof, it's all a benefit to the patient.
Access to 7-day-a-week service has been long awaited in the community of Shaunavon and surrounding centres of Climax, Frontier and East End. And hopefully now, with fewer disruptions in service, the new centre will bring added value to a growing community like Shaunavon.
It's critical. It's number one. When people move to our communities, they need to know that they will have the health care that they need for their families. The oil industry relies on the health services of this local hospital, and I just can't imagine, how important it is for them to know that they have a facility like this.
And for young families like that of Nancy Phillips, access to quality health care is crucial, 24/7.
I know when we first moved, it was pretty hard. We had a 5-month-old baby, and you couldn't get into the doctor to even get a 6-month checkup.
Now with the Collaborative Emergency Centre open in Shaunavon, with a cohesive team of healthcare professionals, from physicians, nurse practitioners to paramedics, all offering around-the-clock care, Cypress Health Region officials are hoping this type of work climate will alleviate the issues of staff retention.
Of course, our physician recruitment has been successful. So we do have a complement of 3 physicians. We have nurse practitioners who work in other parts of the region coming in and providing services. And we have had some recent success in recruitment of nursing staff. So that definitely, I think, starts to speak to when you look at innovative models of care, people are interested in what that means and are interested in working here.
Shaunavon is now the second site following Maidstone to offer a collaborative emergency centre in the province. A trend which provincial officials state will follow in other rural Saskatchewan communities due to its cost savings.
First of all, it's patient first and safety of the patient and the community, and this is a very effective way to deliver emergency care and health care in the communities.
The community of Shaunavon is located approximately 1 hour south of Swift Current.
Wishing you and yours a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from David Anderson, Member of Parliament for Cypress Hills Grasslands.
Wishing the citizens of Swift Current the very best this holiday season and into the new year, from Mayor Schaefer, City Council and staff of the City of Swift Current.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from the Board, Management and staff of Innovation Credit Union.
Plans for a new long-term health care facility in Swift Current continue to move forward. We have the latest update in this report. A new long-term care facility for Swift Current continues to take steps forward to becoming a reality, with the confirmation of 3 qualified teams shortlisted to participate in the selection process to build the new facility. Integrated Team Solutions, Plenary Group, and Willow Healthcare Partners will now move on to the RFP process in the project. Beth Vachon, CEO for the Cypress Health region, goes into more detail.
And what that means is that we'll work with them over the winter, and they'll have an opportunity now to look at all of our input specifications that we put into our documents. And what that means is all of those things that we require to have in the building. So they take all of those specifications, and each team starts to design buildings. We'll have the opportunity to meet with them each month through the winter until March, and then at the end of that, we will look at all of the designs, and there will be very clear criteria that each project would be marked towards, and we will then award to the proponent group that has the highest marks in the designs that they created that fit our needs.
The new facility design chosen will create a home-like atmosphere for residents and incorporate lean operational best practices and healthcare principles and efficiencies. The project is a design, build, finance, maintain public-private partnership model, with the Cypress Health region maintaining full ownership of the facility and operating all aspects of the direct care provided within the center. Vachon goes on to add that local subcontractors will also have the chance to become involved in the project, with an information session scheduled for later this month.
It's called a business session, and SaskBuild's Cypress Health region and the Chamber of Commerce are going to be hosting this event on December 17th. And what this does is it creates an opportunity for the three proponent teams to actually start to meet with local tradespeople to see, who's available for work on this project. What we do know is that it's always more cost effective for a company to hire local trades and local, contractors and construction people. So they're going to be very interested to have the opportunity to meet with all of our local tradespeople to see how they can start to involve them in their planning for this project.
The project timeline includes sod turning in the spring of 2014, with a new long-term care facility opening in 2016. Actual cost for construction of the project will be announced in the new year, once the winning RFP design application has been awarded.
Fired up! Fired up! Ready to go!
W.W. Smith Insurance has reached a milestone as it celebrates its centennial. Having served Southwest Saskatchewan for the past 100 years, W.W. Smith Insurance is your motor license issuer, while specializing in all of your personal and commercial needs, including home, auto, agro, business, and life insurance. W.W. Smith Insurance, independently owned and operated since 1913. Season's greetings and the best in the coming year from Yogi Hugabear, MLA for Wood River. Wishing you and yours a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from Mayor Sharon Dickey, council, and staff of the town of Shaunavon. Wishing you the best this holiday season and into the new year from the town of Maple Creek, Southwest Saskatchewan's hub for holiday shopping and dining. The history of Métis culture across Southwest Saskatchewan is the focus of a traveling exhibit now on display at the Swift Current Museum. Akin to the Land, a history of Métis culture in Southwest Saskatchewan, is the latest exhibit at the Swift Current Museum and a must-see for everyone. This traveling exhibit blends art, photographs, and text, all into one unique and colorful showcase of Métis culture. Researcher and artist George Gingras spent several months researching the history of the Métis in Southwest Saskatchewan, while finding inspiration for his series of paintings now adorning these walls.
And I knew the research had to go behind the actual images that were seen. So myself, GDI Publishing in Saskatoon, and Rachel from Swift Current Museum collectively gathered, and we set up the research trip to go explore the landscape in the Southwest Saskatchewan area. And that included some historical sites and prehistorical sites that we were able to walk the land with some of the local people in the area. What I found that connected everybody on this land was the sky itself. So you'll see in a lot of the images, the skyscape actually reflects the emotions of the people the ancestry of the people and the future emotions of the people to come.
Jingra goes on to add the vibrant colors and scenery seen throughout the 10 oil paintings all came to life on canvas in only a few short months.
I carried my little iPhone with me, so I used, 20th century technology. Because of the limited time, we only had a week to spend the time out in the land, so for me to sit down on the land and actually sketch the land itself would have been very difficult to do in that time-wise. So that's where those modern tools come in very handy. So photographing the land in the different areas I felt most connected to, or was attracted to anyways. Photographed it. I based those photographs on the actual landscape here. I also went to the archaeological record in Regina, and I did some research in those areas as well.
And as far as the reaction from museum visitors to the exhibit, Jingra hopes it will be a positive learning experience.
And I didn't focus on particular families in general, even though the stories come from the families. But I think the land tells the story about everybody who's walked this land here, from our First Nations people up to 40-something thousand years ago, right up to our present time, from Métis to the Europeans that were coming out to farm the area as well too. This whole land has a history, and I believe everybody deserves to know the timeline, if you will.
And as the exhibit connects the history of various Métis families of the Southwest, the showcase of work will be shared among the communities over the next year, where the stories all derive from.
I have 4 tentative museums set up next year, and in Saskatchewan, Maple Creek, East End, Shaunavon, and I think Sceptre. According to the parameters of the grant that we got, we do need to find one out-of-province venue for it in 2014 or 2015. I don't think this can be difficult. Medicine Hat has expressed some interest, and of course there's always Manitoba.
Akin to the Land, a history of Métis culture in southwest Saskatchewan is sponsored by Heritage Canada, Sask Culture, Saskatchewan Heritage, and the City of Swift Current, and produced in association with Gabriel Dumont Institute, and is now on display at the Swift Current Museum. Well, this brings to a close another episode of Southwest TV News, reporting the stories that matter to you. We always welcome your news tips. You can always reach us here by phone at our studio or by email to contact us at southwesttvnews.com. Also, be sure to join us daily online for the latest news from across southwest Saskatchewan and so much more at mylocaltv.ca. And be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Pinterest. Thanks for joining us here today. I'm Carol Andrews.